Starlene here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Not at my house though. I had to abandon ship. It was too hot. The house, the thermostat in the upstairs of the house the last night that we were there was 93. 93 in the house. That is crazy time. All right, let me get some news feeds up here and make sure we are up and running. How's everybody doing tonight? This is unseasonably warm weather for the Pacific Northwest. It actually kind of makes me wonder what the rest of the summer is going to bring if we're already in these temperatures in June. Very, very, very unseasonal. All right, let me see. I got Facebook up. I'll be right back with you guys. I'm going to get YouTube up, and then I'm going to say hello to everybody and give you guys some new announcements. Oh, we have some great new information for you. Let's see here. There's a couple of you guys have reached out and made sure I was okay. I so appreciate that. I have the nicest friends on here. In general, quilters are pretty nice, but I think you guys are exceptionally wonderful. Okay, there's Missy. So, Missy's holding down the fort for me in Redmond, Washington. She's in charge of the whole city of Redmond while I'm gone. And she says, I want AC. I have to tell you guys, so we owned a home in Maple Valley, Washington for about 17 years, and I was home for several summers because I had my son almost 22 years ago. I can't believe his birthday is next month. So in July, I had a baby in July. So I was home pregnant, bed rest, home several summers after he came to live on this earth. And then all of a sudden, a few years later, my husband, was working from home. And ironically, we had to get air conditioning that next summer. Missy says she's too old for it. No, you're not, sugar. You can do it. You can do it. All right, let me say hi to my Facebook friends, and then I'll let you know what we're doing tonight. Angel's on from Houston. Hi, sweetheart. Odie's on from Oregon. Gwen is on. Hello, hello. Mel and Joe from Bay St. Mississippi. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining me. Angel says, I'm so sorry to hear you are dealing with the heat. I'm doing okay. This hanging out here up in the wilds of northern Idaho has been really good for me. So Kathleen is joining us from SoCal. Kim Paulson is on. Hi, sweetheart. Sue Marshall's on. Sandy Reese. Wait, wow. Heat, thunder, lightning in Maine. Yikes. Be careful, girl. Debbie's on from Kentucky. She says we have cooled down a bit, but it'll go back up in a day or two. Ugh. Hi, Lisa in Phoenix. Linda Morel is on. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us. Judy P. says it's 98 here today. Wild storms. Now, please be careful if anybody is in crazy storms. Elizabeth is on from Indy. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, it's only 88 degrees in Houston. We are hotter than Texas. You know that's not good when we're hotter than Texas. Mary Kearns is on. Pauline is on from Texas. She says, hello, Featherweight land. Hi, Pam Green. How you doing, sweetheart? Hi, Hope and Grace, if you guys are watching in the background. Becky's on from Texas, and Bonnie Pelton is giving me words of encouragement. She says, hang in there. Kathy Klein's on from Illinois, and Mel says, well, I guess I do have a floor. It is beautiful. I even like it with the wood. Honestly, I'm just happy as a clam that everything turned out so well. Let me see if I can show you guys this. Hold on. Hold on. I have to switch to that. I need to go to that one time. Hold on. I'll show you guys. Okay. Let me see if Ray, can you switch the cameras real quick? Just switch to preview. Okay. So here's Rogue. Rogue showing everybody the new floor. Look at how nice it looks. Where he's laying right there, okay, you can switch it back, was a big soft spot. like really big soft spot actually. So yes, I have floors in my tiny house here. Judy's on from Kansas. Hi, Judy. Lawrence is on from Ohio. A 2-hour blackout last night. That's not cool. Lisa says, I lived in Arkansas for years with nothing but an attic van. Oh, ex-hubby had put in a window unit when we came home from work in the afternoon. Yikes. Oh, Ray, there's a little spider over my head. Can you get me a napkin? Welcome to the woods, folks. Why do they like to come out while... Okay. Don't worry, folks. I got it. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Polly. Oh, we've been on the news in the UK about how hot it is? Good Lord. Hi, Mom. From Gallup, New Mexico. You guys are in Gallup, New Mexico. My mom and dad-in-law are on their motorhome right now. So they are cruising around the country. I think they're headed up to Durango, Colorado. Hello, Amanda Roberts in Tennessee. Oh, it's Gail. Hi, Gail. How you doing, sweetheart? I hope you're taking good care of your machine. Gwen says they say the Redmond heat is headed to Minnesota. I'm sorry. Don't you guys love the floors? Andy did it while I was gone. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. And you guys, I no longer have to have the vacuum out. I can just sweep everything out and it's all out the door. It's awesome. Hi, Jennifer from Reno. Hello, hello. Hello, Frank Herrera from Southern California. Thanks for joining us. All right. So tonight we're going to keep it. Julia says, so you're enjoying our Texas weather. Julia, there's a reason why I don't live in Texas. Mostly, well, what's funny is I used to live in Phoenix, but it was a dry heat. This humid heat is a little bit harder for me to take. Really. Polly says, yes, it's been showing how much hotter it is, and you may have droughts and fires. I know, we're really concerned about the droughts and the fires, actually, because we didn't have a very wet spring either, so our reservoirs aren't as full as they should be. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So, we are going to be changing things up for a few weeks. I was supposed to have a sew-along ready for you guys, and there's been some really amazing things going on behind the scenes here at Featherweight Doctor, none of which I can share yet, but there has been some amazing things going on. And so my attentions have been diverted off of prepping for my sew-along. So in the meantime, I'm going to I want to keep this show going. So what we're going to do is we are going to, well, let me back up. So one of the things I love about these machines is the stories that they come along with. So I love history. I am a total history nerd. Like anytime we go to a new part of the country, or we're taking a road trip or a camping trip, and I want to we're in a new area for the first time, the first thing I want to do is go to the interpretive centers and find out about the natural landmarks and beauty around me. And so I'm just kind of a history nerd anyway, but then you throw little vintage sewing machines into the mix, and we have heard over the years some amazing tales of how these machines were passed down and how they were used. And for the next couple weeks on Wednesdays, I would like to take some time and really highlight the stories around these little featherweights. But for me, when I'm doing an in-person workshop or I have a virtual workshop and I have people in the room who have, or in the Zoom conference call, who have grandma's machine or mom's machine, or better yet, it's their machine. Like they bought the machine new when they were graduating from college or high school. I love hearing the history of the machines, how they've been cared for. Kelly, she said graveyards are amazing too. I am not a graveyard person. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to kick the show off, the new series off, I should say, with the absolute best acquisition story was ever told about an antique machine. We're totally going to do that tonight. But what I want to encourage my online community to do is to email me and send me stories about your featherweights. Tell me that it was great grandma's and she sewed clothes for her children out of flour sacks, or and then it was handed out to your mom and now it's to you. Like, I want to hear the history on these machines from a personal standpoint, not from a academia, this is the day it rolled off the factory line type history. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pick a story every week, and I'm going to have, if you're camera shy, I'll read your story to everybody. But what I'd love is for you to get on camera with me in your home, just like I do with Denise when her and I are in different states. It's a really easy thing to do. And to interview you and how you use your machine and how you acquired your machine on the show. So taking the spotlight off of me and putting it on my online community. That's really what I'd like to do. So that is going to be, for the next couple weeks, how we are going to fill our Wednesday time slot. Coming up, there also is going to be a new time slot, but I'm not ready to announce that yet either. It would be more geared towards my East Coast and overseas community. So let's see here. Elizabeth in Indiana says, May road trip to Madison. Are you going to go to Margie's Country Store this weekend? Love that city. What was the name of the fabric? Margie's Country Store. Y'all, they tear the fabric. Scared the goodness out of me the first time they did it. They don't cut the fabric. Margie's Country Store tears the fabric because it's a straighter on the grain cut. It is awesome. So Elizabeth, I totally insist checking out Margie's Country Store. Therese, I love a good old graveyard. You guys are cracking me up. Oh, and someone was this is my fake flower. It is a dahlia, but it's very plastic. I got it at Joann's. When you come and go from your second house every other week, you can't have anything alive in here. Linda, hello Linda from Tennessee. I'm so glad you guys like the idea. Good, I'm glad. So, if you would like, we still tear fabric, Polly says in UK. It's so therapeutic to do, trust me. I did say, y'all, I figured that I traveled out to the Midwest in Omaha and I was indoctrinated into the Southern community. You guys would let me get away with it, right? If I say y'all, even though I'm a Yankee. All right, so I am calling all Featherweight stories. I would love for you to email me with your story to info, I-N-F-O, @featherweightdoctor.com. And then I will pick and choose over the course of the weeks. For the next couple weeks, if you are not comfortable getting on camera with me, I totally understand. You can send me the written story and I will communicate it. But I would really love to get some of you on with me so that everybody can see your faces. And I mean, we all know your names. Everybody knows, all of the viewers out there, but y'all, okay, thank you, Polly. Thank you for permission to say y'all. All right. So I wanted to kind of close out the show with telling you my favorite acquisition story. And this is not a tall tale. It's not. Kelly says, my story is I have too many vintage machines. I was at Kelly at the beginning of her collecting addiction, I should say, and I think she's gone off the collecting deep end, but that's okay. You call it a collection, they can't call you a hoarder. That's how it goes. Wait till you come visit us in Arkansas. Once we get moved, we'll teach you how to, you'll teach me the Southern talk? Okay. Oh, there's quite a few gals on here from Knoxville, Tennessee, and every time I talk to one of you on the phone, I feel like I have an accent when I get off. So if you have been around with me a long, 32 machines, Kelly, good Lord. If you've been around with me a long time, you may have heard this story before. But When we were first getting started as a company, I took a phone call from someone in, I want to say it was North or South Dakota. She was somewhere kind of in the middle. And she had told me that how she had acquired, she said how she had acquired her vintage sewing machine. One of her vintage sewing machines, I should say. She told me that when she was a young housewife with young kids in the mid-50s, that they were very poor and they lived in a rural area, and she had it came time to murder the chickens. I can't remember what she said. She said they were fixing to kill the chickens, or there was a cute little term she used, but basically it was time to make the next week's meals by, knocking off some of her chickens. And so she had her kids toddling around, and she was out there with the axe, lopping the heads off of the chickens. I am not a farm person. I am a city slicker. But anyway, and she told me that she was having the kids bring the carcasses in and put them in the bathtub, because there was something about how you had to pick its feathers out or something before the bodies got too cold. Oh, wringing the chickens' necks. Maybe that was it, Leanne. I don't know. Anyway, if I have a chance to get a featherweight, yes, if you have a chance to get a featherweight for $50, it is a good idea all day long. Make sure it's a featherweight. Okay. Anyway, so she told me that she had kind of come in from the murder scene. I'm embellishing a tiny bit. And there was this little old lady sitting at her kitchen table picking the feathers out. And she was like, "Excuse me, may I help you?" Because her kids are running around. Like, she didn't even know this gal was in her kitchen. And it turned out to be her neighbor. And she said that the neighbor noticed she was fixing to kill the chickens. And she knew that she needed help plucking them because it was a little time consuming. Yeah, plucking. Thank you, Sandy. Plucking the feathers. Anyway, so they struck up a conversation and a friendship ensued. And this little neighbor, because of how presumptuous she was to just invite herself in and help this young mom with her dinner preparations, she kind of forever, endeared her to this young mom, and they became very good friends. And so over the course of the next couple years, the lady kept, would you are not a farm girl. No, Judy. No, Judy, I don't have 150 chickens at my house. The property that we stay on here in Idaho has pigs and chickens, and I think laying chickens, I guess they have meat birds too, but I don't assist with the animals. They don't want me to do that. Anyway, so this lady was telling her one day about her sewing machine, and how, when she passed, that this neighbor wanted this housewife, this friend of hers, to have her sewing machine. She said that her stuff was probably going to land up at auction in the town, and that she wanted her to buy her sewing machine at the auction. And so she said that they really did not have a lot of money at that time, but she started putting away money here and there. And eventually her friend did pass, which made her very sad. But she remembered what she had said about the sewing machine, and she had put about $40 away to go pick up the sewing machine at the auction. So she went down there. She said the townspeople were pouring through this lady's stuff, because there was a rumor that she had come down out of the Black Hills, and that rumor was that she had found some gold along the way. And so the townspeople were picking through her things. You guys, I am not weaving a tale. This is a story that this lady legitimately told me about how she acquired her vintage sewing machine. So anyway, the town people were picking through her things, kind of looking for where the gold was hidden. The auction started. The woman said she could give no care to what the townspeople were doing or any other thing. She was there to buy that sewing machine, and she was going to do the best that she could to buy the sewing machine. So the sewing machine came up. She was able to get it with the $40 she had put aside, and then she took it home. Guess where the gold was? This is the best story ever. The lady said that in the sewing machine, after she got it home, she had found some old pill dispenser bottles with a paper towel crammed in the bottom of it underneath some bobbins, and there was some very fine powdered gold in the bottom of one of the pill bottles she found that were housing bobbins in the sewing case. Isn't that the coolest story? So her friend was trying to tell her where the gold was without actually telling her where the gold was, and it all kind of worked out where it landed where it was supposed to land. So anyway, I know, isn't that story awesome? I know, Angel. So the lady had told me that story. I mean, it was like in the first couple months of our business, and I was like, oh my goodness, can I share that with people? Because that is like, it just makes me smile. That this very sweet, endearing, pushy neighbor lady was trying to take care of her friend even in her passing. It's pretty cool. Polly says, that's so cool and so sweet that the lady knew she could take care of, yes, after she was gone. I agree. Oh, I made you tear up. I'm sorry. So Debbie, ironically, the lady said that a few years later she had needed to do something with the gold, and she took it in to cash it in. It was worth $40. That's what she told me, that the gold was worth exactly what it cost her to buy the sewing machine. I know, it's super good. It is a super good story. So, if anybody has a cool story like that, I'd love to talk to you. But I just want to celebrate these machines in all of their, not only like paper history, but humanity history also. Because I think that they have some pretty amazing stories to tell. I do. Polly says, have you seen the film? No, I want to see the film with Kate Winslet called The Dressmaker. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it though. Because I think there's an old sewing machine, Singer sewing machine in there. That is the way to buy old. Yes, exactly, Linda. I agree. That is the way to buy old sewing machine boxes, full of wonderful finds. Well, I told you guys about recently how I had that gal in one of my online classes. Elizabeth, she said that'll be hard to top. That had a penguin walking foot in her. It was a grandmother's machine. She didn't even know what it was, and I got to be the one to tell her what it was. So I wanted to give everybody a quilting update on Isabel. You guys, she's hooked. She finished her first table runner in a day, and then I had her do a second one. She kind of slammed it together without getting the lesson on pinning and pressing and easing seams together and stuff. So I had her take it apart. But she did her second one in 5 hours, her second little table topper. I'm so proud of her. All right, you guys, that is what I have for you tonight. Oh, Becky, you were in that class. That's right. I know. She said, I think we were all more excited about that than she was. I know. Speaking of online classes, I have some classes coming up. If anybody is looking to do care and feeding on the featherweights, that class is July 22nd. It's a Thursday. I've decided to do an evening class to be able to capture more of the East Coast audience. So we're starting it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific. Oh, she's on. Isabel's on. She says, getting ready to cut the fabric for my first Yellow Brick Road lap quilt. Guys, we have her hooked. Don't go, I just got here. Hi, Jeanette. How you doing? In Sammamish. I know. Oh, were you out watering? Yes, my flowers are like burning. I've been watering them day and night. I know. What was I just saying and I got distracted? She says I'm hooked for sure. I know. Darlene gets the credit for converting her. Exactly. Oh, so I was telling you about, and that I also, someone was asking on here, I think, Leanne, are you still on? The class, that's the 2-part class, the 18th, nope. It's Sunday, July 25th, and then I think August 1st is a 2-part machine quilting class. You can either use your Featherweight or another machine. Someone had emailed me about that earlier today. So it is a machine quilting class. It's not a piecing class. It's how to actually do the sandwich and do the finishing work. Okay. Oh, Mel, you reminded me. Okay, thank you for reminding me. So, Mel, you guys know Mel and Joe in Mississippi. She had the best idea. We are going to do a show dedicated to everybody's first quilts. And we were going to do it tonight, but I talked to Ray, and executive producer Ray said we couldn't pull it together for tonight. We needed a little more time to pull that together.
It's a virtual memory lane quilt show.
Yeah, it's a virtual memory lane quilt show. So what we're gonna do is, so not this Friday, Sip and Sew. We are going to, for the following Friday's Sip and Sew, we are going to do a virtual memory lane show and tell of everybody's first quilts. So I will have my first quilt, and what I want you guys to do is send pictures of your first quilts, so that way we can celebrate the quilts together. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, Judy, I don't even want to hear that. She says, oh no, mine is not so good. Mine is Country Kitties.
Shh, can't tell him. He's showing time.
Oh, Ray said I couldn't tell you guys what it was like. So, send pictures of your first quilt to info, I-N-F-O, at featherweightdoctor.com. We are going to dedicate an entire show, not this Friday, but the following Friday, to showing off. So Rhonda, get a picture from your sister. If you gave it away, get a picture. I want to show off all of our first quilts. Okay? Mel, it was a super good idea. Winky face. Thank you so much for having that great idea. All right, friends, I'm going to pop off. I hope everybody has a great night tonight. Please stay cool. If you guys are having extreme weather, just be safe. Whether it's too hot, or there's a passing electrical storm, or a random tornado, be safe. There shouldn't be any tornadoes up here, right? Oh, Judy P says hers was gone 50 years ago. Yes, Mom, your first quilt from that long ago. My quilt is 25 years old. I still have it. It's hideous, but I still have it. All right. Yes, Rhonda, thanks for reminding us. I am going to enjoy my tiny house. Happy 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'll be back on Friday. I'm working on my nebula blocks. I got to find a presser foot for my centennial, or I'll have Large Marge the 301 out. All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.